right, Bo. So let's look at our writing from yesterday. Okay, we were looking at our farm scene, okay, and we have most of our sentences up there or a frame for our sentences. And we started using arms yesterday, which was just a strategy to um, help us proofread and edit our work. I'll go ahead and set my timer for this too, so we don't go over it. Okay. All right, so let's look at our first sentence that we have. Remember when we use arms, we are going to see, I think we've used arms on most of these except for we got to the end, okay? We'll add phrases or words. We'll remove phrases or words. We'll move them around, substitute or change words or phrases, and we'll also add transitions or combine sentences. And we did that a little bit yesterday. I think we got to the last one and we just kind of left it like it was. So let's go ahead and let's read what we have so far, okay? An old wooden windmill blows around the farm. Okay. I think we need to add something there because it blows around the farm. I think we need to add what it blows. Yes, it's air, but what type of air? Do you think it's like cold winter air or hot summer air, warm spring air? Let's add some more details. Okay, because remember, descriptive paragraph is going to be all about our five senses, what we smell, taste, touch, feel, hear, all of those things. So based on that picture, what kind of air do you think it's blowing? What does it look like the season could be? Say it again. Warm. Okay, so it could be warm. What do you want to say? It blows what kind of air around the farm? Warm. All right, give me a season. We're going to put warm right here. Let's fit it up there anyway because we're going to take this and write it neater. This is just a draft. Okay? An old wooden windmill blows warm summer air or spring? Spring. All right, so I'm going to put spring underneath here. S-P-R-I-N-G. Spring and air. A-I-R. I just wrote that right there on that corner. And so when we get ready to form our sentences, also, if this is going to be the beginning of our sentence, let's go ahead and start using cups. Cups is where we capitalize. Every sentence begins with a capital letter, so that should make sure we make that a capital A. Okay? All right, and let's read what we have all together, just this first one. And read with me. An old, comma, wooden windmill blows warm spring air around the farm. And what kind of punctuation mark do we need to put at the end? Where are our punctuation marks? We have periods. What else? Question marks and exclamation marks. All right, which one of those is appropriate for this sentence? Are we asking somebody something? Telling them? Yes, period. So I'm just going to stick it right there so we'll know. Okay? All right. Let's look at our second one. I think that, are you satisfied with that sentence? Yes, I think it sounds pretty good. An old wooden windmill blows warm spring air around the farm. All right, let's read the second one. Ready? This is a new sentence, so what should happen here? We need a what? It's a new sentence. Beginning of a sentence, we need a capital T. So go ahead, if you would, cross that lowercase t out and write a capital T right there. And just make the T. Okay? All right, read with me. gigantic, beside the, what do we, well, we said farm, but we changed it to land, beside the land, okay? All right, the gigantic, put a comma after gigantic because we're listing, we're giving more than one adjective. The gigantic green trees grow beside the land, okay? We could, do you want to keep beside the land or on the land? Or which one? Keep beside, all right. So those two, are they good to go? We've got, make sure you got in punctuation mark at the end of that. I think we put that up there yesterday. A capital letter on the, and we've got our comma to separate our adjectives, okay? I believe everything is spelled correctly. All right, let's go to our next one. This is where we did some, oh, you know what? I'm wrong. We did some combining because look what we put right here yesterday. We put while. So we actually combined those two sentences. So you don't need a period there because you're combining these two sentences into one. Okay? All right, so let's finish it. The gigantic green trees grow beside the land while large red barns stand. Remember, you gave me this one yesterday. Strongly on a hill. Now, that's where you need to have your period. Okay? While large red barns stand strongly on a hill. We're combining them. We use the transition while. Okay? All right. Let's go on to the next sentence. This is supposed to be a capital A. I know it's kind of hard to tell because everything's so jumbled up. All right, so we used another transition and we made this a lowercase t. So we said, read with me, or do you need to fix it? Okay. As the enormous, comma, lazy cows munch on hay, comma, because we combined two sentences here, okay, comma, this should be a lowercase t because we're combining those two sentences. The noisy, comma, plump chickens search for food, period. Okay? All right, now for this last one, we have a messy, playful pig plays in the mud. Let's see. I guess we could leave that. Do you want to change that? Anything on that last sentence? You want to leave that like that? A messy, playful pig plays in the mud. The messy, playful pig. What about playful? Playful pig plays. It's almost a tongue twister. A messy, playful pig plays in the mud. Is there another word we could use instead of plays since it's all p, p, p? So many p, p sounds there. I mean, if we were writing a poem or something using alliteration, that would be okay. But is there another word that we could maybe change, either playful or play, since they both have play in them? A messy, playful pig, or either just change plays. We got to keep pig because it is a pig. It's not a word for that, pretty much. But we can change playful or we can change plays. What else do pigs do in the mud? You said roll? Okay. Let's see. Let's read that and see how that sounds. A messy, playful pig rolls in the mud. Okay. Let's do that. Let's cross out plays and write rolls. R-O-L-L-S. Rolls in the mud. Okay. All right, so we've gone through arms and we've added some words, we've removed some words, We have moved some words and phrases. We've substituted or changed out some. And we added some transitions and we combined a couple of our sentences. Okay. We also kind of used cups a little bit as we were going. Cups, remember that's capitalization, usage like your subject verb agreement, punctuation marks. Okay. Make sure you have a period at the end of that one. It's a little dot. I don't know if you could see that. And then spelling. Okay. Um, do you see anything that we need to check the spelling on? No? Okay. That now spelling is something that when you get you're getting ready to do your final draft, you want to make sure that you're spelling it correctly on that draft too, okay? When you get a final draft, it's supposed to be as close to, it's not really perfect, but it should be as close to that as possible. All right, so now we're going to work on your final draft. We're going to take this and we're going to actually form it in a paragraph form. So at the top of that paper, write your name, and I'm going to change my paper out as well so I can do it with you. I'm going to put this right here so we can still use it as a reference. And I've got some chart paper. I'm going to double it up so we don't get any marker on the board. Okay. All right. So remember, we're writing our descriptive paragraph. Okay. Now you do have lines on yours. I don't. I don't know if you all talked about indenting the first sentence in class, but whenever you get ready to write a paragraph, that first sentence, we don't start it right at the edge. We always start over about one finger space with our first word. Okay. So let's look at our first sentence. And our first word is and. And make sure you put a what kind of A on that word? What kind of A should we have? Capital. Very good, because it is the beginning of our sentence. So we're going to begin with it. Okay. All right. Don't know if we went back, but let's go back and let's look at it. Let's read it, okay? One more time. An old wooden windmill blows warm spring air around the farm. The gigantic green trees grow beside the land, while large red barns stand strongly on a hill. There's our period. As enormous lazy cows munch on hay, the noisy plump chickens search for food. A messy, playful pig rolls in the mud. And then that's our paragraph. Okay? We've described all of the things we see happening on that farm scene. Okay? All right, so we have and then our next word should be OLD, old. And old, comma, because I'm separating my adjectives. I have two. And old wooden, WOODEN. Okay, an old wooden what? Windmill. Let me see, can I fit that on there? WINDMILL. Dot dot. Okay. Next row. Now, when you get ready to come down here, you can start your second one on the edge. It's only the first one that has to be indented. First sentence on the paragraph. All right. An old wooden windmill does what? Blows. BLOWS. It blows what kind of air? Warm spring air. WARM. Spring. SPRING. Air. AIR. And where does it blow it? Around the farm. Good. Now, if you get to a point where you're running out of room in the middle and it looks like you're not going to be able to fit a word, all of that word without chopping it off, you can go ahead and start on the next row, but you've got enough room for air. Okay. Around. AROUND. Around the farm. FARM. Okay. Sentence 2. The gigantic green trees grow beside the land. Capital THE. The gigantic comma, green trees grow beside the land. LAND. While, remember we combined it. Okay, you got to finish it now. While what? Large, red, what? Barns stand strongly on a hill. All right, so while large, LARGE, comma, red barns, BARNS, stand Okay, how do they stand? Strongly. On hill. Okay. All right. And then our next sentence is another one that we combined, our next two sentences, and then we have our last one at the end. Okay. Let's read our next sentence together. As enormous lazy cows munch on hay, comma, the noisy plump chickens search for food. Okay, that's our next sentence. Capital AS, as enormous, I hope I have room here, ENORMOUS, enormous, comma, lazy, LAZY, cows, COWS, lunch, MUNCH, on hay, comma, hello. Uh-huh. Well, I'm doing a video and we're already started, so that's okay. I'll have to finish with him another time. Thank you, though. Okay, bye. Okay, all right. Munch on hay. The noisy plump chicken search for food. The noisy, comma, plump. You say plump? Yep, plump. Chickens search for food. Search for food. Okay, and if you run out of room, flip it over. I think you have some room on the back. Do you have lines on the back? No. All right. I'll just give you another sheet. Okay, chickens search for food. then what does our last one say? All right. Messy, playful pig rolls in mud. Messy, comma, playful pig rolls in mud. Okay, now we need to go back and read the top to the bottom and make sure that everything is just like we want it, and then that will be the end of this descriptive paragraph. I guess we could have given it a title. We could have called it the what? What is this? The what? The farm mess? You think it's a mess? Because it's all these different animals. Okay. Farm life, that's what we could have called it. Farm life. All right, you ready? Let's read. Let's see. We use gigantic beside the while large red enormous lazy cows